And welcome to a first look at cameras in After Effects. So we're going to look at this clip here. So you can see we've got an egg and it's knocking over another egg. So say for the first second or so, we want to have a camera just focused on these two eggs. So the way to do that is to go to the layer, we go to new, and we go to camera. And you can see I've chosen a 2-node camera. So that means you've got a position of the camera and then the point of interest of the camera. So these tools like orbiting and panning, they're dealing with the position of the camera. But the point of interest is where the camera is looking. So that's what a 2-node camera means. And you can choose different things and it will change the angle of your view. We're going to just go for this one. Okay, and you notice it comes, it looks like the eggs are bigger now, and that's because 3D is exaggerated. All right, and say we just want to focus on this first second or so. So what we can do is we can look at what we need to do there. So all we can do is we press P and we get the position. Also press Shift A to get the point of interest. So the point of interest is kind of in the right spot already. The position, if we wanted to see maybe a little bit more here, we could just move our camera back a little bit here. Maybe not too far back. So that would just give us a good little clip of that. Okay, then we could do another camera. Say we want to focus on what happens after here. It's going back, right? This egg is going back. So let's have a look at how we might want to do that. So we'll do another camera. Again, layer, new camera. And we'll do that. And we're going to make sure that this is just going to be this length here. All right, for this one, we can look at the position and the point of interest. So with the point of interest, I want to just make sure that our point of interest is going to be where this wheel is at the end. I could explain it, but it's not really particularly interesting why I want it to be there. It's basically this keyframe here. So these values. And we're going to go for that as our point of interest. So let's do that on camera 2. Point of interest. We'll do a point of interest here. And we'll just put in those values. So you can see now that this wheel is actually centered in the stage there. All right, so we probably want to just move. We can now look at the other things that you could do with the camera. So we could also press Shift and R here. That should be good, yep. And we'll be able to move around the camera in the orientation, all the rotation stuff that you're pretty used to at this point. So what we can do then is we can say, well, here's the position, right? We can do position, we can do orientation. And here, for instance, it's going back, right? So you can use these tools here, the orbit, the pan, and you also have these options. So you could orbit around the camera, for instance, or you could pan the camera, or dolly to camera even. Lots of different things that you could do here. And what we'll do is we'll look at a position here. Let's try the orbit. Orbit is kind of useful, right? So you see we get to this point and we could like pan it up, something like that. And then you could see it's actually going to be, it's like, yeah, that is actually what we want, exactly, right? So you can see how all these values are changing. So that's like a simple way that you could do that. And then we could say, about this point is a good point to end this. And yeah, so that's just like a simple example of using 2 cameras. And you see they cut between scenes. It's like a scene change, right? So you can see that does that. So yeah, just to sort of see, I guess that's just like getting started.